What's cracking, gamers? G-Man .766 Gaming here, back for another Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive Pokemon guide. This is part 2 to the series. If you haven't seen part 1, go check that out, and I will be uploading this part 2 video a bit later than usual because we didn't get the 5 like count on the video until very recently. So be sure right now, if you haven't already, get a like on the video. We'll get back to uploading more online battles because now that this 2-part series will be over, everyone should be able to understand all of the stuff that I keep saying in the videos. So before further ado, let's get into the video. So the first topic that I want to cover in this second part of the video is a Pokemon's ability. Now you can see the ability just there, and the ability pretty much is something that's individual to a Pokemon. Some species share certain abilities, so you'll have things like Pikachu and Raichu sharing the same ability as Plusle and Minun. Very similar Pokemon will sometimes have the same ability. And basically, if we check the summary here, let's just flip to the ability page, and here it is. You can see the ability down in the bottom left, and Pikachu's ability is static. And that means if you make physical contact with a move against Pikachu, your Pokemon is likely to become paralyzed. So this is really good. It means Pikachu can outspeed opponents even more, which I can talk about later. But basically, every Pokemon has their own ability. You won't find any Pokemon out there that don't possess an ability at all. Every Pokemon has one, and they usually come from a pool of 3, although this sometimes can be a pool of 2 or even 1 ability. In most cases, though, a Pokemon has 2 normal abilities and 1 hidden ability that you can't get normally in the wild. For instance, Toxapex here has the normal abilities Merciless and Limber, and a hidden ability Regenerator. In Sword and Shield, you get hidden abilities through raids, but my Toxapex isn't from a raid, it's bred, so its ability is Merciless, which means critical hits land more easily if the opponent is poisoned. And again, tying into moves, just like Pikachu's ability does, and we can talk about this later, Merciless is really good on Toxapex. If we check out Ferrothorn's ability, Iron Barbs, so it's great at tanking hits, and when it does take any physical contact, it deals damage back to the opponent. And I guess Mimikyu's ability here, we've all talked about it, Disguise. It means the first hit will only do 5% damage. Pikachu's ability static, we've gone over it. Gyarados has Intimidate, which means when it enters the field, the opponent's attack is lowered. Super helpful for slowing down others. And Dragapult Infiltrator, of course, means it can hit through protects, through barriers, through substitutes. Super helpful for getting the team while they're trying to hide. Now the next thing that I want to go over is the Pokemon's held items. So I don't think it will work on the battle team. Let's just check a held item here. And we'll go into the other items because that's where most Pokemon held items are. If we scroll down to where items held in battle possibly can be, it's a bit further down, a lot further down. Here we are. And I won't go over all of them individually. There are so many items here that you can choose from, and they all do slightly different things. But the important thing is that you want items to synergize with your Pokemon. Let me check my Pokemon that I have. And you can see that Dragapult is holding a Choice Scarf, which means I'm locked into a strong move, and it makes me faster. So no, I can't use more than 1 move out of the 4 unless I switch out, but with U-turn as an option to switch out instantly, I really want my Dragapult to be the fastest on the field, as I mentioned in the last video. So the Choice Scarf makes me faster, just locks me into 1 move, which I think is more than worth it on Dragapult. Heavy duty boots on Gyarados mean that Stealth Rock, Poison Spikes won't deal damage when I send my Gyarados in. Pikachu with the Magnet just boosts electric types because I have electric type moves on Pikachu, that's it. Obviously, I want them to be stronger. On Mimikyu, I have a Life Orb, which means Mimikyu takes a bit of damage every time I attack, but does a lot more, which is awesome. Ferrothorn has leftovers. It's a tanky Pokemon. I want him healing every turn because it makes a high defense, high HP Pokemon even stronger. The next one I have is going to be my Toxapex, which of course has Black Sludge. Similar in which my Ferrothorn has the leftovers to heal every turn, Black Sludge heals poison types like Toxapex every turn, except it will damage other Pokemon that take the item from me with moves like Thief. Next thing I want to go over is moves, and again, all about synergy. Before I explain Facade, just take a look at Toxic. So it badly poisons the Pokemon. That means they take damage every turn. But if we go back up to Facade, you see it doubles the damage if the opponent is poisoned. So it's great synergy between those two moves. If I use Recover, my tanky Toxapex can last longer, let Poison wear them down, and Liquidation is just a final attacking option there for it as well. For my Ferrothorn, it's more of a hazards. I want to set up Stealth Rock, then Protect, stall him out if I can. Iron Head and Power Whip, they're just damaging moves because I need my Ferrothorn to have an option. Mimikyu's my big attacker. It can Swords Dance up, that boosts its attack stat, and then the next three moves you can see are all physical moves. It's Shadow Sneak if I want a priority physical move to get in before fast attackers, and then Shadow Claw and Play Rough, just stab options to deal extra damage with Swords Dance. There's not much going into Pikachu here. Its agility will get its speed up. I'll explain that in a second. Slam, just neutral damage, does relatively good damage, nothing great, but Electro Ball does more damage the faster I am, which is where agility, which boosts speed by 2 stages, comes into play, and then Thunderbolt for fast Pokemon. Gyarados here, I have 3 physical moves, and I also have Dragon Dance, and as you can see, Dragon Dance boosts speed and attack, which makes Crunch, Waterfall, and Bounce stronger. Dragapult with U-Turn, that's super helpful. Dragon Darts, Phantom Force, and Fire Blast. U-Turn is really good because it's able to bring me out of my Choice Scarf Lock, which I talked about earlier. Now the last thing that I want to go over before the video ends is the Dynamax or Gigantamax phenomenon. What that means basically is that the Pokemon will get double HP, look at my HP right now, and it will also gain moves, special moves, known as Dynamax moves. As you can see here, all of these Dynamax moves have a base power of 130. They usually range between about 120 and 140, and they are significantly stronger than other moves. We'll use one here, although I think we're in a great place for my outro. So that's it. That's the second part of the video. I hope all of us can understand competitive Pokemon a bit more and enjoy the content a bit more as well. So thanks so much for watching. Definitely be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Again, share it with your friends. We're definitely on the road to 100 subscribers, and I've got a special video planned for it, so it would be super exciting to hit that soon. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. G-Man out.